And we're live. We're live. It's EuroScrum. It's the morning of this in where I am. Who knows where it is anywhere else? So I guess let me get I like having Firefox up. I like having. I use multiple browsers just so I can like organize my tabs. Let's go to screen share. Where's the screen share button gone? It's over here. And there it is. Right. And there's a few of us, and it seems like a fun thing to have a people-focused Scrum. We're all about the people. David, how are things with you?
Oh, good, thanks, Sam. Since we last spoke, although Sam Pretty and Pete have already heard about this, we pushed. Marion and I pushed some extra code to automate the migration to add the local
in the
local support.
Yes. So that would be a local support pull request. That you.
Yeah, I can't remember the pull request number, but right at the bottom is some extra commits.
Oh, okay. So you got that. You got that working.
Yeah, although Travis didn't seem to run on your side when I pushed it.
I mean, I should look at
We seemed happy with it locally. Yeah, we migrated up and down our own personal databases about 100 times to get be sure it was right.
And then here we go. Right.
So it's the last full commit to the bottom.
Okay. Right. Yes. I guess ultimately it's ended up turning into quite a big pull request. But yeah. There could have been, in hindsight, and maybe that's for the retrospective, but there's other ways we could have done it that could have made it smaller. Yeah. Good thing to think over. But anyway, yes. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Anything blocking you moving forward?
No, I think moving forward I want to tackle either working more on that feature, maybe with a feature flag. I also need to get better broadband, get more bandwidth through the end of the month, or I'll run out again.
Oh, right. Indeed. Yes, we all need more band. So, and then that sounds like your plans, no wrong you.
It's all these video hangouts that I love. Yeah, that's all.
Yum, video hangouts. Sam Pretty, how are things with you?
I had to spend a day. I have to spend a day installing my new 1 TB hard disks. So there is there's lots of backup and then repartitioning and all that. So that's blocking up my development machine.
Sure.
So I can't do anything. I'll be free around the Atlantic Scrum for preparing.
Sure.
And the only thing that's blocking me is the speed of backup.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Good luck with that. Pete, how are things with you?
Yeah, I've saw that Thomas and Brian pulled in some workshop materials into Cordelia this morning. So we have the basic structure for the content of Workshop 1 and Workshop 2 on the developed site for Cordelia. And I can start to work in the CSS that I've been working on into the Workshop 1 page and content.
Right. Excellent. So that's here. Is this the? This one.
This Workshop 2 is the one that Thomas has been focusing on. Yes.
Right. Yes. Yes. I think I saw that in one of the scrums yesterday. It's now, has it moved further? It's moved on to staging or something, has it? Or
it's moved into develop from Thomas's branch.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was Thomas's branch that he showed yesterday. Right. Okay. Good show. It's on develop. Lovely. Yeah. No, I mean that's wonderful progress. Yeah.
And we've solved that RVM issue that was blocking Travis by upgrading to Ruby 2.1.1.
Okay. Right. Is this your girls?
Yes, that's them. Pair programming.
Oh goodness me! What a pair of cuties! My goodness. You must just fool around all day. People say that about I've got these twin 5-year-olds who still look quite cute. I mean, and it's like I'm saying, like, yes, they're fantastic in small doses.
Yeah. No, we spend lots of time together in the afternoons.
Yeah,
that's good fun.
Fantastic. So yes, right. Yeah. So
sounds like you've overcome any new things blocking you, or it's all smooth sailing now.
The new thing blocking me, I need some way for the students to easily get the HTML sample code into the editor.
Right.
If there is some quick way that they can click on a button to copy some.
I would have thought that you could have a button, a JavaScript command could just load that HTML into the editor directly. I mean, assuming that the HTML, I guess it depends partly on how Brian's designed the editor. Like if the value of the text field or whatever is the text area is available, right? It could just be written into there.
Yeah, it's just a div when it starts out. He did go over some of the internals of the Ace editor and how it's set up in Angular in a video hangout with Viv last night, and I watched that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, fair enough. Good show. And so you're planning Cordelia work today, then?
Yep.
Good stuff. Okay. Well, I think that leaves me. So I had I was working on local support pretty much all day yesterday. I didn't get through as many pull requests as I would have liked. I got through some, but I actually sidetracked myself into some other important things. So we've now got a complete what's the word? We've got like a development, staging, and production stack up on Ninefold, and we are kind of poised to move everything over on local support to Ninefold. So that's very pleasing to sort of get that sorted. I guess that's if we look for Ninefold. I guess I would plan to do that switchover next Wednesday when I'll have a bit more space to just worry about any fallout, and also get the final okay from the client in the Tuesday client meeting. But yeah, so I've already got the route, the process down for moving the production data over. But so I just need to move the production data over and switch the. I guess actually I could even switch the domain name first. Anyway. But so that's very pleasing to be ready for that, because that will allow the client to be sending out the links, inviting people in the knowledge that their passwords are as secure as SSL gets these days. I guess the other thing, so also I'm very, very pleased and excited to get the local support Vagrant install is actually working after bashing it around a lot last night. And I have just updated the installation notes in the local support wiki. So, did you change that? David? I didn't think I put.
Yes, I added an extra link there.
Cool, but yeah, so we now have. So a lot of, I think Patrick had done a amount of work on this before, but we now have the really short way, the Vagrant and VirtualBox, and we have Vagrant install instructions here, kind of based on Paul's ones for the autograder examples. I think this could certainly do with some polishing. I haven't really tested going step by step through that, but we did. So last night with both Marion and Johan, who's the guy who runs Code Collective. And we installed successfully on Code Collective. And actually, that reminds me, Marion had discovered that issue on. It was usually doing on a Windows box, but it was just beautiful on Johan's machine. He was on OS X, and he basically just, he installed VirtualBox Vagrant. He cloned the repo. He did Vagrant up. It took 5-10 minutes to do the install. The Vagrant SSH, he was in there. He was able to run Rails S immediately and have the running system just working.
Awesome.
It's just it's exactly the experience that we want.
You're not using Chef for provisioning yet?
We're not actually. I was bashing against the Vagrant script. Actually, if we look at there's some interesting things to consider about the script itself, which is here. If if we look at, actually probably easier to look at it over here, in particular the Vagrant file. So I was struggling. What I'd done initially was I had worked through, and I had a version of like a step-by-step script that would install the stuff on Vagrant, just doing it from the command line on Vagrant. So having got that to work, which took a little while, I then pointed that from the Vagrant thing, and I said, like, do it, and it didn't work, and just there was sort of problems, and it couldn't find bundle, and blah, 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 and I was kind of like bashing things around, and I was starting, and as I was searching, I was starting to see a lot of people using Chef to kind of to just rather than have an install script, but to say, okay, make this available, and make this available, make this available, and I was sort of moving towards, no, okay, maybe we're going to have to go with this Chef solo thing. And then I had a bit of a breakthrough, and I started to make, I think the key thing was that understanding the different users, that the key thing was this privileged false.
Right, because the script normally runs as Vagrant, which is root privileges.
Well, actually, I think what it does is, if you don't have that privileged false, it will run as root.
Okay.
Now, the problem with that is, if it then does things like it installs the RVM, it installs it for the root user. Whereas when you log into the Vagrant thing, you're going to be your default username is Vagrant. So by doing this privileged false, that forces all of this behavior, all of this installation process, to be run as if it were the user doing it at their own command line. So yeah, in particular, so this process of installing the RVM and so on. So once I'd done that, and as you see me, this was playing around working out who it was installing as and so on, basically it now works. I think particularly if you're on a Unix-based system, there was this one issue with Windows that Marion encountered, but we have a bit of a fix for. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. When I think about all the time that people have spent, getting kind of stuck on doing Postgre install and so on, it's just totally beautiful. So very pleased to have that up, and now that we've got, I think it will need further polishing, but now it's up there in the wiki, and we've got the Vagrant, the script there. People can send pull requests on the scripts. If people encounter issues, I think it's an ongoing resource, and what we can continue to do is to add things into here, like stuff that we think is good for, for example, like having the Git branch names on the command line. We can put that. We can.
Where is this script located, by the way, on GitHub?
If you look here, it's here.
Okay.
So it's just on the root directory on local support. We kind of want to, like, we've got these other. This is stuff from Patrick. He's got these variety of different Ubuntu install scripts that I don't necessarily understand the details of. We kind of maybe want to move that into a subdirectory and just that. But the thing is, there's a lot of in the wiki. It's pointing to there's various things in the wiki that point directly to them. So it just needs to be coordinated. If we move for the cleanup there, it needs to be coordinated with the wiki gardening. But so what I want to do is, having got that sort of up and then have more people play with it, is I want to do the same thing for the MOOC. Now, sorry, Sampradee, you were going to say something?
Yeah, at the bottom of the script I see some history commands, but I don't think that is commented, I guess. If you have a look at
no, and that actually was, yeah, so if you see actually here, I just haven't pushed it, I just removed them.
Okay.
I had that commenting style is not working. So yes, so but so I basically when people do the install at the moment, it has a whole series of command not found. But we can see, now is this the right box? That might be the right box. Yes. Yes, here we go. One thing I couldn't get PG. I was trying to pull in a data dump. I couldn't quite get PG restore working in the Vagrant. But anyway, that's not such a big deal. I think we want to maybe think about whether we want to have it doing DB seed in the background. But what we can do is over time we can keep tuning exactly what starting developers will see and what they'll have ready for them. And just in terms of an onboarding experience, it's But so, for example, here, CD local support, Rails S. This is, I'm in, my Vagrant Precise box at the moment there. I need to upgrade to the HashiCorp one. I've upgraded to the latest Vagrant. Then on, if we go somewhere like this, so I've mapped it to like 3003, so that it doesn't conflict with people running stuff on their host. You can see there. So this is it running. That's the empty thing running hosted by Ninefold footer in there as well. But so there you go, and Control C and exit. Oops. I'm in my setup here. This is me. I just removed that. So if I do git commit, anyway, that will get rid of that nasty history thing. But so I'm very pleased about that. I was, that's a great step forward. So my plan today is all working on the MOOC. I guess I need to focus on the materials first, and then I want to spend as much time as I can on Vagrant scripts and the install process and this and the other. Yeah, there we go. Anything else we need to address as a group?
Christian has joined.
Hey, Christian.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, Christian. Good to have you with us. How are you doing?
Sorry, I was a bit late coming into this.
No problem at all. Yeah, so we were doing the Scrum yesterday when you joined, but because you sort of came a bit late last time, we'd gone, as we do on Wednesdays, we often have the Scrum and just become a pairing session, so you kind of called us more pairing than Scrumming yesterday.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. I learned a bit about Magit. I'm going to have a look at that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I don't understand that at all. David's the expert there.
Yeah, David is the Emacs guru here.
Wow. First time I've been called a guru.
And not the last, I'm sure.
Let's hope so.
Yes, anyway. Christian,
sorry?
I was going to say, Christian, did you want to update us on what's been going on with you?
Yeah, I've got a question, really. Last week I did a push request on website 1 and the build failed.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't think it was anything to do with what we've done per se.
No.
I've gone back to Git and I can still see it sort of sitting there. Do I reissue, or do I haven't seen anything go in which might have fixed it, so
yeah.
I'm just sort of hanging back.
Yeah, I mean, we've been having some issues with the Travis build, actually. I haven't checked. It seems like what they did is they upgraded Rails, they upgraded Ruby on Travis, and I think that's caused some problems for some of our gems.
Christian, is it the bug fix story?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that it wasn't merged because the Travis build was failing, and Thomas has commented on that. So like, as soon as the Travis builds pass, I think Thomas will merge it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's have. I mean, we can quickly have one of the things that we can do is potentially kick off the build. Did we identify what it was failing on?
Yeah, I guess you have to restart the build. You have to restart the build.
I mean, this active record not found. I mean, that's not giving wonderfully sensible. And this feature here is not related to the fix, I guess, or is it?
No.
No, we need to restart the build. Sometimes like it fails on Travis. This active record not.
No, I know. I'm very familiar with builds for Travis. But so so this we'll see if the build restarts. It's that. At the risk of while we wait for that to maybe kick off, I think that will take enough time to run. I guess this is not right. So this affects local support, or at least the Travis build. Yeah.
Can I send a pull request to that Vagrant script?
Of course. How could I stop?
Should I send it to? I should send it to develop, right?
Oh, certainly. Yes.
Yeah.
So at the moment we've got. Okay, I think I made a change to try and update to debugger 166. So this is local support is still on Ruby 193, so it doesn't affect the other builds so much. So I have to do it. But yeah, so. Yeah, Christian. Anything? We'll have a look at that and hopefully fix it up for you. Anything else?
No, I'm just going to go back to the Actors Votable story on website 1 articles.
Right. The which story? The Actors.
act as so one can vote articles up and down.
Sure.
But waiting to hear back from Anton when he's got a moment free, so we can pair up together. I'm going to have a look in the background in the meantime.
Right. Good show. Okay. Well, I think time to wrap up the Scrum. Then I'm just agonizing here about this update to the 166. I kind of I've got what is the okay? I think I'm already updated to 166. Okay, so if I could do git add gemfile.lock git commit trying out. What are we doing there? 1.6 debugger. 1.616. Git push origin. Develop.
Okay, so did you stop that build or?
I believe I did. Hold on. Let me just upstream develop. I'm going to push that directly into the other thing. Okay, this one. I did restart it.
But now I think that's a website one issue.
Yeah, I mean, what you might need to do there, Christian, is so I think potentially there were changes on the develop branch of website 1. So what you might want to do now is, if we go and look at your thing, so if you've got the bug fix store at this one, you need to sync that with the upstream. So if you can get into that branch on your machine and do git pull upstream develop.
Okay.
Yeah. Then what that will do is that will pull the latest changes from the. I mean, it assumes that you have the upstream remote set.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So if you just do, so if you're lucky, you'll do git pull upstream develop. If you're lucky, there'll be no merge conflicts, and just you can then you pull in those things, and then you push it to your branch here, and then this pull request will update automatically, and then it will, we can kick this off again.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you want to hang around and do that now, I'll be happy to make sure that it kind of goes off for you. You feel free to share your screen, and we'll just talk you through it if necessary.
I haven't actually got my VM up and running at the moment.
No, okay, all right. Well, just come back. Let us know when you're doing it, if you need help or anything, and we'll make sure that it goes through.
Okay, I'll post the link up when I start.
Great, thanks. Yeah, anything from anybody else?
We can move over to pairing sessions then.
Yeah, pairing sessions. I mean, I'll be. I guess I'll be opening ones for MOOC development. Anybody? You're not available, somebody.
Yeah, I'll join the MOOC camera maybe.
Okay. And to Pete on Cordelia, David, you're going to be pairing local support today, I guess.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Good show. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's MOOC cam day then. All right.
Yeah, it is indeed. All right. Okay. Catch up with you momentarily.